Hello, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Lauren.
And this is I've Got Guts, a podcast about living and thriving with chronic illness.
And all the things that take guts to say out loud.
We're here to talk about the hard stuff, the stuff that's messy, complicated, and often left unsaid.
From chronic illness to everyday life, we're creating space for honest conversations, real connection, and a lot of laughs along the way.
And just so we're clear, we are not medical professionals. We're just two best friends sharing what we've learned and what we're still figuring out.
So you don't have to do it alone.
Hello, everyone.
And welcome back.
I almost just said happy Monday, but then I questioned myself because I was like, wait, I don't even know what day it is anymore.
I know, right? You really are living in, and I don't know. I don't know what day it is.
For sure. It's like summer when we don't know what day it is, but not summer.
Starting to feel like we're getting there, though. Sun shining today, a little bit warmer weather.
Well, after like torrential downpour yesterday.
I think I blocked yesterday out.
Sometimes it's nice, though. We were watching a show the other day, and one of the characters was like, I just want to bed rot all day. And I was like, yesterday would have been the perfect day to bed rot. Just lay in bed and hear the rain. And
yes. It's always nice to be home and cozy on a rainy day.
It's
really
my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah. Snuggle up, put your hot blanket on, heated blanket. I mean,
right?
So cozy. All right. Well, let's get into our thorns and roses. Do you want to go first, Rome?
Sure. What are we starting with today?
Let's just do those thorns. I got a wild thorn. You go first.
My thorn is just that. So everybody knows I wanted to beat cancer to the punch, so I shaved my head before my hair started falling out.
Right.
And it was great, right? I lasted like a full week where I was like, this is like solid, nothing's coming out. And then the scalpening hit.
The scalpening. Dun, dun, dun.
It was like overnight all of a sudden. And I started to have to lint roll my head, which if any of you saw my reel, I was going through like 10 lint roller sheets a day and like hairs were just whipping out. But then it turned into like pain, and I don't even know how to describe the pain, but it's awful. And now I have this crazy rash on my head. Like it looks like I need diaper cream on my head.
Butt cream does look like it may be needed.
It looks like the worst rash ever. There's like red spots, there's blisters. So I think I might have, I don't know if it's an infection or if it's just like the follicles ain't like they're like evacuate.
And just really irritated. Like looking at it, like in person, it definitely just looks really irritated and rashy.
Oh my God. It hurts. It's itchy. It's giving me a headache. It's making me irritated. You name it. It is such a freaking thorn.
This is the big hair follicle thorn this week.
God, this little spiky bastard.
Oh, so annoying. Well, in hopes that like once all of it comes out, then you'll get like some relief, right?
I hope so. I'd rather be shiny and bald than have to deal with it.
Seriously. And you go tomorrow, right, for your blood
Just a blood draw.
So I wonder too, you could ask and at least have them take a look at it.
I sent them a message, so they have a heads up.
Good,
so that way.
Good, perfect. So if there is something you could be lathering on there.
Something to slather on.
Yeah. I almost wonder too, like something
like just numb it. I don't want to feel it anymore.
Oh, you should put the BMX lidocaine on it.
Instead of swallowing it, I'm just rubbing it on my head.
Why do you smell so minty today?
Why do you smell like liquid Benadryl?
Oh, gosh, that's funny. Well, hopefully they can give you something tomorrow to kind of ease things a little bit because I know you've tried a variety of things.
Yeah.
So.
What's your thorn room?
Oh my gosh, you're going to die. This just happened hours ago.
Oh, all right.
I was almost hit by a car.
Okay, you just...
But wait, here we go. So I'm out for a run and I have been running how many years on the road?
A long time.
All weather. I'm a very aware runner. I run with one AirPod in, so my other ear is open for traffic, for things. I'm just very aware and very cautious, and I'm also very slow. So it's not like I'm like, you know what I mean? So I'm running down a residential street, and it's a long one. And I see somebody backing out of their driveway, but it's slow. And I look, I'm like, I got time. And I know I'm, thinking she saw me. All of a sudden she guns it. like starts flying. So she clearly didn't see me flying out. I'm like, whoa. And then I just, I pick up the pace.
Yeah.
She really almost hit me. Like I had to run
Did
pretty
she
fast.
like wave, say sorry or?
So I was just like, when something happens, you're like, oh my, I'm like, whoa, okay, wow. And I'm in motion though. So I'm still going. Then she pulls up next to me.
Oh, come on.
And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I'm trying to have a nice run.
Tell me she was mean to you.
I take my AirPod out and she's like, I almost hit you. I'm like, I know. She's like, you need to be watching what you're doing. You have to be aware of traffic and whatever. I'm literally like, I was so stunned, Room. She was blaming me. She goes, I would have to live with this for the rest of my life if I hit you.
After she said you need to be aware of your surroundings, you should have been like, ditto, lady. Ditto.
I was speechless. She literally was blaming me. And I really didn't have words because when you're so shocked, like I did not anticipate.
I wish I was there with you.
You would have lost your mind. I needed you there with me because I just didn't have my words. So she's like, when you're running, you should be aware of cars at all times and cautiously stop. I go, you almost hit me. And she's like, and then I think she realized, like, you know what I mean? So I went to put my AirPod. I'm like, done with this. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, watch what you're doing, please. And I put my AirPod
I'm glad you said that to her.
And I'm running away. I'm like, did she just blame me and say and she's like, and I would have had to live with this for the rest of my life if I hit you.
Lecturing you. It's like, okay, you also have to look where you're going when you back up out of your driveway, you idiot.
Right. And who guns it like that? Like, honestly, she was going and then it was like, a gun situation, like fast. I'm like, then I had a couple more miles left. And I'm like, that is just, that just speaks to the type of person she is, though.
I hope she drives over a nail today.
Because who does something wrong and then tries to blame that other person for what they almost did?
But no, a lot of people.
Could I have stopped, right? Could I have let her go? Probably. And I've done that before, but it was one of those situations where I'm like, I'll go quick.
Well, it's one of those awkward situations. You're like, are you going or staying? Are you going or staying? All right, I'm going to go.
Right. Yeah. So that was my thorn this week. Almost hit and had a weird interaction with a lady who was
very
blaming me.
Unfriendly lady. Yes.
So let's do our roses. What's yours today?
My roses are my visitors. So this week, my coworkers, Madeline and Lily, came to visit me, and they brought me my favorite drink ever. Shout out to Blue Dog Drinks and Victor, because I could probably live off of those. They brought me a gift from all the special ed teachers in the building, but they stayed for like 2 hours, just sitting there and talking to them. I was like, oh, I needed this. I miss my people. I miss like all the stories from what's going on at work and just hearing them talking about the kids. I was like, oh, I miss that moment. So seeing them was really nice. And then yesterday, my Aunt Jeannie and my cousin Danielle came to visit me, and they are quite the knitters. I got some nice new hats.
I know. You just modeled them all for me. Adorable.
Yeah, and so it was nice. We had lunch together, and I was like telling my mom this, like they were only here for what, like an hour and a half maybe at the most, but I don't think people realize like whether it's an hour and a half or a day and a half, if it's 30 minutes, it's just, for me, it's just that like time that I get to spend with people that really means a lot to me. And actually, this ties into our episode a little bit.
It really does. It really does.
Think about that.
I love that. I know. And before I left, Connor goes, because he was like all excited to see you today, and he goes, we're still having our Scooch Sunday. It's like, I'm like, Infinite Room's filling up to it. Yes, we are.
That's what you need to get you through times like this. You can't, if you're by yourself and like simmering in it, it's not gonna.
Right. Got to keep yourself feeling distracted, right?
Yeah.
And keep your mind busy. So,
what's your rose room?
All right. Well, my rose is my new drink that I just made, and I'm really proud of myself. So
I'm proud of you too.
Thank you very much. So I have lost 20 pounds in 2 months, and I'm not really sure why. But
you didn't really have 20 pounds to give.
No, really didn't. And I'm kind of annoyed by it. And I don't understand like what's going on. So anyway, went to my doctor and we'll figure it out. Is it just achalasia progressing? Probably. Could there be another autoimmune or something else happening? Yeah, but most likely it's just achalasia. So, I mean, It's 10% of the time only working. And I do feel it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, maybe my meals are not as much as they used to be, or I can't get as much in me. But have I really been trying my best? No.
Right.
And you know, when I get something in my head, I am going to get it done. So I made the best little drink. Like, I can't get smoothies in during the day because it's too thick.
Too thick. Yep.
And I really can't start to eat solid food until like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So I need something during the day that's like nutrient, protein, things like that. And you gave me great advice that you learned as like a coach about however you said it.
Yeah,
Like,
you make a shake that's nutrient dense, calorie dense, and you don't chug it. That's going to sit in anyone like a brick, but you sip it throughout the day. You're still getting those calories, you're still getting those nutrients, just spread throughout the day.
Right. So that gave me an idea. I'm like, I can't do like a traditional smoothie with yogurt and all of that. Like, it's too heavy, it's too dense. But I'm like, if I can make this like a liquid drink, like very liquidy. So here's what I put in it. So I did this protein milk you told me about, Room.
It's delicious.
14 grams of protein in a cup. And then I did a scoop of peanut butter. I did a little bit of honey. I did ice, and then Oliveda makes it's called olive mush, which is like a coffee replacement.
It's delicious. It tastes kind of like a chai tea almost.
Tea, yeah. It's really good. And talk about nutrient dense. I mean, it's got like, well, the hydroxytyrosol, it's got like lion's mane, KO, I don't even know how to, there's like 9 different ingredients in it. So, and it's supposed to be like a coffee replacement. So it will give you that energy without the caffeine.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay. And, you know, I do like the olive mush, but hot,
it's too much. Yeah.
it's just not, and it's got a little spice in it. So I honestly love it in this.
Right, because the
So-
spice, I'm sure that the milk and the honey, all that evens out the spice a little.
And I'm just so joyful right now because I'm like, okay, think about it though. I really haven't tried during the day to eat stuff like besides like a cheese
I'm
stick.
excited to see how this goes for you.
Me too. So my goal is to gain 10 pounds in 2 weeks, and I'm going to do it.
I'll tell you what, when my mom came home from the hospital after having pneumonia, this was her strategy is like, I'll just do smoothies, and she's gained all her weight
back.
plus some back.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of like putting the time and effort, which you know I really wasn't, and being mindful about what you're making and really you have to make the decision to do it and then actually do it.
Yes, that's the biggest part of it all.
And you'd be surprised with my whole fridge right now. I have all this healthy snack stuff in there.
So proud of you, Rue.
So I don't really know who I am, but you know what? This is how I have to get motivated. My body loses all this weight, and then I'm forced to actually do it.
You got it.
But
you got this. I believe in your body.
Okay, thanks, Rue. Here we go. Stay tuned, everyone. 10 pounds is coming back. I know it. All right. Well, before we get into today's episode, we want to take a minute to thank our sponsor, Cozy Earth.
I have been thinking a lot lately, obviously, about how much comfort actually matters, especially right now. And chemo just changes how your body feels. Everything is more intense, a little more exhausting. So the small things, like what I'm wearing or what I'm sleeping in, have honestly become really important.
And that's exactly why we love Cozy Earth. Everything they do screams comfort, from the sheets to the clothes to the towels.
Yes, so when you're already not sleeping great or dealing with things like night sweats, having something that actually helps your body relax instead of fighting against it makes a difference. And it's one of those little things that feels like a big thing right now.
And Cozy Earth also offers a 100-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty, so you can try everything completely risk-free.
You can head to Cozy Earth and use code IGG at checkout for 21% off. And trust me, your future self will be very grateful. All right. Are we ready to jump into this one today?
I'm excited for this episode. You kind of hinted to it a little bit during our Thorns and Roses today.
Yes, I did. So today we are talking about community, friendships, and the impact they have on your mental health and overall well-being.
Yes, we sure are. So I have a question for all of our listeners. Have you ever been there where life gets so busy, your focus is on your significant other, your family, your kids, work, all the things, that your friendships start to fizzle out? Not on purpose, but just because life gets super hectic.
Or have you ever found yourself canceling plans on friends, not making the effort to get together, and before you know it, the distance starts to grow?
Sure does. And, you know, it can be so easy to have this happen. And I guess I didn't realize how often this happens until my therapy session a few weeks ago. She obviously knows about our friendship room,
Yes.
our therapist, and my friendships with others in my life. And you know what she said? She goes, Lauren, do you know how rare it is to have a friendship and community like you and Steph do? And then she went on to share, she's like, about 80% of her clients, I think, I'm saying 80%-ish, because I think it was around there.
Yeah.
Don't want to quote her exactly, but I think that was it. Of our clients report those feelings of isolation, loneliness, depression during difficult life challenges. And one of the main reasons is that they lack that community, that support, and those friendships. I was shocked by this.
I was too. And when you told me that, it kind of like really stayed with me, because if you're listening right now and thinking, wow, that kind of friendship feels far away for me, you're not alone in that. And if you're listening thinking, I have those people, but I haven't been showing up the way I want to, you're not alone in that either. Friendship isn't something we just have. It's something we have to tend to. It's like anything meaningful in our lives. If we don't water it, if we don't nurture it, it slowly starts to fade.
Yeah. And here's the thing that really hit me. We often wait until life gets hard, right? To wish we had a stronger community. But community isn't built in the middle of the storm. It's built in those just small, ordinary moments before the storm ever comes. It's just built in those basic things that you can be doing, like, hey, let's grab a coffee this week, or just sending that I was thinking about you text, or the last minute, come over. I'm in sweats and I have nothing planned. You know, let's binge watch a show together, right? It's those moments that might feel small, but they're actually everything. I mean, Rome, isn't that our exact friendship?
I mean, Anthony, every day Anthony's like, is Lauren going to come over today with like a poem or a present for you?
Always here, always here.
But it seriously is. And did you know that research shows, and you've probably felt this in your own life at some point, that strong friendships and connection can lower stress levels, reduce anxiety and depression, improve overall health and even longevity, and give us a sense of belonging that we truly can't replicate anywhere else. We are wired for connection, and not surface level, I like your Instagram post kind of connection, but real, like sit across from you, laugh until you cry, hold you in hard moments kind of connection.
Yes. And, you know, I find myself sometimes doing this, and I'm sure other people do, that we tell ourselves things like, I don't have time. Right? It's always about the time piece. Or I'm too tired. I'll reach out next week when things calm down. But what if we gently shifted that to, I get to make time for this. I get to have people in my life who matter. I get to invest in the relationships that pour back into me. And that's like been my new whole thing is I get to, because it is such a powerful phrase. And it's just a shift in perception, you know, of, you know, when you're, whatever you're saying and the energy behind it. Because, you know, the truth is those dinners that you may go on, those walks, those quick check-ins, they're not just extra things on your to-do list. They're things that hold you together when life feels heavy.
Yes. And I'm feeling this to my core right now. And I think what's hitting me the most in this season is realizing that the friendships I have, they're actually not seasonal. They're not dependent on what's going on in our lives. They're steady. They show up in every season, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. And I genuinely love these people so much. Like when I think about my core group of friends, I can actually feel it in my body. Like my heart kind of tightens a little because that's how deep that love goes.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have been through so much together. I mean, like really low lows, really high highs. And after years of that, you don't just have friendships. You've built a village, and a village that would do anything for you. And I have seen that so clearly during this time. And I was like thinking of an example because I wanted to like give somebody some like a concrete thing.
Yeah.
So a few weekends ago, our friends came to visit. We just talked about this.
Yeah.
And one of my best friends, Steph, she left her 2 boys who were both under the age of 3 for the weekend just to come be with me. And when she got home, she told me that she slept through the night for the first time in weeks because she didn't even realize how much my diagnosis had been weighing on her too. And just being here and seeing me and hugging me, it gave her peace to go back to sleeping through the night again.
Yes.
You know, and like That's what I mean. We don't have these big expectations for each other. There's no pressure to go out or do anything. Just throw us in sweats and give us a game night and we're happy. But we just want to be together. We genuinely thrive on each other's presence. And our friendship isn't for show. We aren't doing it for like the content it'll provide for social media. Right. We're doing it because we genuinely love each other so much.
Yeah. I have to just say, Rome, that whereas I feel like some people are all about the content. We're the type of friends that are like, shit, we should have taken more pictures.
I know, we forgot to take
That's
pictures.
all we have.
Yes.
Because we're just having so much fun in the moment.
Yes. And when they all left that weekend, I cried for hours because you realize just how much those people hold you up. But then I realized it's not just that core group either. Like I have these other pockets of friendships that are just as meaningful. Like the women I work with, the second they found out what was going on, it was immediately, what do you need and how can we help? And they were not rhetorical questions because ever since then, they've shown up every single day, taking care of my classroom, taking things off my plate, visiting me, checking in, their kids making signs for my house. Like that kind of love is real. And then my friend Taryn, who came into my life when Anthony did, because our husbands are best friends. She's coming over next week to teach me how to craft some new things simply because I told her I didn't know what to do with myself. And like, she's just another one that I can't imagine my life without now that she's in it. And I could go on with examples like this, but I think the point of it is that as we get older, this is something that we have to remember about friendships. You can't just take them or leave them. Right? You can't just show up when it's convenient.
Nope.
It's showing up when your friend is going through something hard, even if you're going through something too. Mm-hmm. It's celebrating them, even when life feels heavy for you, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. It's having hard conversations. It's telling the truth. It's making time. It's the big moments, but it's also the little ones. Because at the end of the day, those are the relationships that carry you through everything. Mm-hmm. And I have to say this too, friendship doesn't have to look perfect. It's
not this like dog and pony show all the time like you see in the movies.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be weekly dinners or like long calls every night or always being on. Sometimes maintaining a friendship looks like sending a voice memo when you're driving. Like,
oh my God, I'm famous for that one. Yeah. Anybody who doesn't live near me who's my friend knows they get me.
Yes, absolutely.
Long voice messages.
Dropping up a coffee, or you can DoorDash a coffee to your friend who lives in another state, you know what I mean? Sitting in silence together, or just showing up exactly as you are, even if it's messy.
Yes, it's so true because it's just making that effort. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. It's making that effort because you know when you do, it feels good in the moment. It feels good to connect, and you're just maintaining something very special.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? So maybe today, this episode is just a gentle invitation to think about who are your people and when was the last time you reached out? Not because you have to, but because you get to. Mm-hmm. And I have to just say, this is just making me think. So I've talked about my best friend from childhood, Jody, who I met in kindergarten, and she lives in Georgia now. She moved when we were in junior high. And I think about all those years. She moved when we were in junior high. Yep. It's a long time. Here we are, 40-year-old women with kids and lives, and she still lives in Georgia. And somehow we still maintain this friendship. And it's little things. Sometimes we go months without talking and it's just text. Sometimes we do a wine phone date and we each pour a big glass of wine and clear the schedule after the kids go to bed and just sit on the phone and talk and drink. It's just it's honoring when maybe you've gotten off track, but reconnecting and making that effort.
Absolutely.
Because it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah. And what's really interesting is this isn't just something we feel, there's actual science behind this.
Okay, this is so fun for me because after Rachel said this to me about her clients, and Rachel is our therapist, I did a deep dive into research around it because I'm like, think about how we just genuinely feel after when Jamie and Steph and Kristen left that weekend, right? I think they left and both of us had this just
gaping hole.
Well, we had a gaping hole, but I mean, it did feel really good when, you know what I mean? It felt like we did have a gaping hole, but I meant bleeding gaping hole. But it did feel good that like to be together and that like uplifting feeling. Like you can't just get that from a phone call or a text sometimes, you know? So did this deep dive of research just to see some more around it. And I found this specific article from the American Psychological Association that stood out to me. And it talked about why friendships are not just nice to have, they are actually essential for our health.
And one of the biggest takeaways was this. In our culture, we tend to put a huge focus on romantic relationships. Like that's the relationship we think is supposed to fulfill everything. But what the research shows is that friendships are just as important, if not more important in some ways, when it comes to our overall well-being.
Yes. Turns out people who have close friends, people they can talk to, lean on, laugh with, they are more satisfied with their lives, less likely to struggle with depression, and actually, wait for this, live longer.
Yeah. So this isn't small.
Get a friend.
This is mental health. This is physical health. This is longevity. And on the flip side, when people feel isolated, when they don't have strong supportive relationships, their risk for things like anxiety, depression, heart disease, and even early death actually increases. And one of the studies even compared loneliness to the risk of smoking. Like that's how serious it is.
It's crazy. That is so crazy. And here's a part that really stood out to me. Friendships don't just feel good, they actually change the way our body responds to stress. So when you're going through something hard, having a supportive friend can lower your blood pressure.
Yep.
Calm your nervous system and help your body not go into full stress mode. I feel like I could think about 90 million examples of times where one of us is on a nervous breakdown about some type of topic in our life. And I call you or you call me, and it's like, we help each other in that moment to move through it, right? It's like you need that person. You need someone to help and guide you sometimes. And there was even a study that showed people literally experience something hard as less difficult when a friend was with them. So life can just feel lighter when you're not carrying it alone. And I think you're experiencing this right now to its core. And I think any listeners out there who have whatever chronic illness you have, right? Knowing that you have a circle of friends to support you is so critical.
Yeah. And I love this too because it takes the pressure off. Like the research also showed that connection doesn't have to be huge or perfect to matter. Even small moments of connection, like chatting with someone at a coffee shop or having a quick conversation with someone in line, can actually boost your mood and sense of connection. They call these weak ties, and they matter more than we think.
And maybe one of the most hopeful things is that friendship can be built and strengthened at any stage of life. It's never too late to reconnect, reach out, or create something new.
I agree with that. And don't be afraid.
Yes. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid at all. Don't be afraid at all.
Like sometimes I feel like people are like, well, I don't want to text them because they might be busy.
Yes. Yeah, because you sometimes in your mind, you can spin those stories about what you think other people might be doing or perceive.
Or how they perceive you reaching out to them.
Right. But guess what? You're not in their brain.
Right.
So don't assume that they're too busy or don't assume that you're bothering them. Send the message.
Yeah.
Send the message that you want to hang out. Send the message that you want to get together. Because when you do that, when you take that risk, when you put it out there, 9 times out of 10, they want to hear from you.
Right. Well, and how many times have I texted you and you're in the middle of something, but like you get back to me when you're not in the middle of it?
Right. Exactly. Or if we text and say, let's do this, or do you want to do that? If someone doesn't want to do it, you just say, I don't want to do that right now. Maybe we could do this instead. You know what I mean? Like you can have that conversation.
And that's the beauty of a good friendship is like, if you were like, I want to go out to dinner, and I was like, I would rather poke my eyes out, we would come to a compromise.
Right, exactly. And that's what friendship is about. That's what it is about.
Exactly. So when we're talking about making the effort to grab coffee or go to dinner or send that text, it's not just about being social. It's about supporting your mental health. It's about supporting your body. It's about creating a life where you don't have to do it all alone.
And I think when you really let that sink in, those little moments of connection don't feel so little anymore. They feel essential.
Yes. And I also want to say this. If you're listening and thinking, I don't have this, I don't have that kind of village, that doesn't mean you never will.
Right. Friendship doesn't always start with a big group. Sometimes it starts with one person, one text, one conversation, hey, I've been meaning to reach out. And sometimes that can feel uncomfortable, especially as adults. But connection is something you can build slowly, gently over time. And, this just makes me think of my mom. My mom just, moved here how long ago?
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever it was. They may have been here like 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
8-ish years. And her really doesn't have a ton of friends here. She didn't live here, you know. Yeah. Obviously, she's friends with your mom. But she connected with somebody in her neighborhood.
Yeah.
And the two of them ran into each other when they both like to walk, and they exchanged numbers, and now she's got a little walking buddy.
Yeah.
So they just met the other day and went to North Ponds Park and went on a walk. And it was like, they just connected. They have a lot in common. They both enjoy walking. She just met a friend. So it's like times like that, be open. And I would always say that to her and to anybody who's looking to connect. When you are, I'm open and like ready and willing to have some friends, or I'm looking, to connect with someone new. When you step out with that intention, that energetic intention, that those people are going to be drawn to you. It's like law of attraction. It's law.
It's true. Anthony was working his mail route the other day, and he bumped into someone he went to school with, and they like reconnected, and now it's like this new friendship all over again. And it's really cool to see them connect and like rehash old memories and find new things that they connect with. Like it's brought back to life friendship. It is possible for that to happen too.
Yes, it is. It is. So be open to it, but set that intention, right? Because if you're closed off and I could think of an example like my husband, for example.
He doesn't like me.
Sean isn't looking for any friends. He's all set in the friend department, and his energy says that. So he just goes through life and doesn't want to chat with anybody. Yeah. And that's okay. That is him.
That's him.
He has plenty of friends, according to him.
Okay. All right.
So it all just depends. Depends. So wherever you are not behind.
Yeah.
You're just at a different starting point.
Yes.
Whether you're wherever it is, just honor that.
Exactly. And I think when I look at you and me, Room, our friendship didn't happen overnight. In fact, I didn't even like you when I first met you.
And I was kind of not very kind.
But it was built in those little moments, the check-ins, the laughs, the showing up again and again.
Yeah, and I think that's what we want people to take away from this. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real and consistent and just being there for each other. Like when I think about us in the beginning, like it was just those, like you said, those little things. But also I kind of like threw us into a situation where I broke my foot and I needed you to help me.
Yeah,
we had to get close fast. We had to get close fast. But if it's somebody new in your life, these little things that you can do to form that bond and that connection are so important.
Yes, because at the end of the day, life is just better when you don't have to do it alone.
Sure is. Sure is. All right. We wanted to leave you with a quote today, obviously. And the quote is from Oprah, my favorite. Lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but what you want is someone who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks down. That is such a good Oprah quote. I love that one.
It's perfect for this moment, for this episode, for this moment.
Yes, it sure is. I'm right in that bus with you, Rue.
I know you are. And if the bus breaks down, we're walking. And I know that I can count on you for that.
And I'll give you a piggyback ride. Because I'm going to be so strong because I'm about to gain 10 pounds.
There you go. Oh my gosh. All right. So before we say goodbye, we need to talk about our sponsor, Cozy Earth. If you are ready to upgrade your sleep, your space, and your everyday comfort, head to cozyearth.com and use our code IGG at checkout for the best discount you can find out there.
And are you loving the podcast? The best way to show it is by leaving a 5-star rating and a few kind words. It helps us to keep growing and reaching others who need to hear they're not alone.
And be sure to join our email list. The link to sign up is in the show notes or in our bio on any of our social media platforms. Being a part of our email list is the best way to stay up to date on new episodes, special guests, recipes, book recs, and so much more.
You can also connect with us anytime on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, or Facebook. Just search I've Got Guts Podcast or email us directly at ivegotgutspodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you so much for being here and for being part of this community. We're so grateful for you.
Keep going.
Keep growing.
And always remember, you've got guts.